Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I welcome you all to the live stream and I hope you all had a great game week. And so I've seen some scores flying around, guys, and Matt, you've done fantastically, my friend. Wimmel almost did so well, but he changed his transfers. Such is life in FPL, guys. And I was I was talking on Twitter and to FPL Sum, and I tweeted, happy FPL player is a myth. Every time throughout the season there are just things that keep troubling us, whether we have 25 points or 80, doesn't matter. Steven says, turned it around this week, 81 points with Robertson and Firmino to play. That's amazing, man. Well done. Theodore says, you've got a nice Discord channel, cool updates. Cheers, Theo. We're trying our best, my friend, and I've got lots of help from, members in that department, and really thankful to them. So guys, if you want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. It's totally free to join. Please feel free. Dakla says, hi everyone. Hey Dakla, welcome. So I hope you all had a great new year, everyone, and I hope you all had a great game week. Honestly, this game week was a kind of a strange one. It's being stretched so long, like there's still one game left, but it was Sunday night and we didn't have a game, so I thought, why not come online and talk FPL with you guys. What better way to pass some time and talk about our teams. FPL Jug says, hi Wiz. Hey Jug, what's up my friend? I hope you had a great game week. Matt says, KDB looked properly fired up again today, could have had a lot more points. Honestly, I think, KDB could have scored more points. Like, he missed a glorious opportunity from Cancelo pass. I mean, the goal he actually scored wasn't even meant to be his goal. I mean, it was Sterling one-on-one with the keeper on the counter-attack. It came back off the post, it was a rebound, and then KDB scored. But overall, it did look decent. Excuse me. Saleh says, lost the clean sheet in the end. Diaz, I mean, do you know so many people had double City defense and they lost the clean sheet right at the end with that Hudson-Odoi goal. I mean, I was about to switch off my my telly, and I was about to come on, and then I saw right at the last minute Havertz crossed the ball, and Hudson-Odoi put it in. It was very would have been very frustrating if I was an owner of even a single City defender, let alone two. So before we get started and before I answer your questions, my friends, I'd like to tell you about my team and how it did, and also give you a general overview, a little bit about the game week. So, if you look at my team, guys, I mean, this is such a strange week for me. I mean, I'm supposed to be happy. I'm already on 68 points. Make it 70 now because, McCarthy's out with COVID, and Johnston is going to be subbed in place of McCarthy. So, I've already got 70 points. My captain finally got a decent return. I had Soucek, Sofal. I mean, I just think, what could have been, Lowton and Chris Wood against Fulham. This week could have been a 100 plus point game week for me with, Salah and Robertson to go. It could have been an amazing week, so I'm not complaining, guys. I mean, 70 points is always good, And can you believe I only have 10 players in this game week? Balbuena didn't play. Anguissa's game got called off. Chris Wood's game got called off, and Lowton's game is called off. Now McCarthy's also, so there's like so many players not playing but I'm not complaining, guys. I'm pretty happy with the score. So that's about my team. I've got 70 points in this game week, and basically, I think that the wildcard was pretty much planned to go this way. The problem is, never had expected the Spurs versus Fulham game to get cancelled. Lost so many points there. Never expected the Burnley versus Fulham game to get cancelled. I mean, I brought in Lowton for Taylor. What worse could have happened, right? So I expected some decent points, and I did get them. The overall rank, I'll show you how it looks like. If you don't know this website, guys, it's livefpl.net, and you can go there and you can check your live scores. So 68 it shows here, and now I've got 2 more from Johnston, so that would be 70. The overall rank would be somewhere close to 200k. 2 weeks back I was making videos about catharsis, and I was saying that how bad I was doing and how unlucky I was in that game week, guys. But I've slowly things are turning around and finally getting closer to the target, guys. The target is always 10k, top 10k that we want to achieve every season, and hopefully we're on the right track. So like it says here, if you see, I'm like 70 points off top 10k, so that's not unattainable. I think that's pretty much that can be done, but we can go both ways from here. So this is about my rank, around 200k, 70 points. The website is Live FPL. Back to this page, and now let me talk to you about the game week a little bit. I'm not gonna go too much into the detail. I'll just talk about the main points. Everton versus West Ham, interesting one. I had Souček and I had Sofal. It was a pretty good game for me, but if you didn't have if you did have Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Everton players, they didn't look good in this game. West Ham dominated the game. It was destined to end at 0-0, but Souček scored a late goal, and it's pretty much a West Ham type of win. Right at the end, they sneaked it, but they were pretty solid. I mean, Everton didn't have too many chances in that game. Only when James Rodriguez came on did Everton look a bit dangerous. So in my opinion, Souček is a wonderful enabler, guys. Manchester United versus Aston Villa. What can I say about this game? A very cagey kind of affair, and Fernandes scored a penalty. It was a contentious one with Pogba kind of a little bit, maybe there was a touch from Douglas Luiz, maybe not, but Fernandes converted the penalty, and then Martial had opened the scoring with a brilliant header from a cross by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Not many times we say that, but he did get an assist. Then Aston Villa drew level with a goal from Traore. I mean, from an FPL point of view, Grealish and Fernandes, the most owned players, they did score. The players I obviously look at from United are the usual ones, the 3: Rashford, Fernandes, and Martial. From Aston Villa, obviously, I mean, Traore is kind of going a bit under the radar. He's scored, I think, how many goals? 3 or 4 goals in the past 3 or 4 game weeks. So he's going a bit under the radar. People are going for Grealish, people are going for El Ghazi, but they're ignoring Traore. So he could be one interesting one, and he's not that expensive. So that could be someone to look at. Spurs versus Leeds, I mean, it was kind of the game I expected it to be. The only thing was Spurs started scoring a little bit late, but when they did, I mean, Kane got a penalty, and then Son scored a goal. Then he assisted Alderweireld. All in all, against the big teams, guys, I honestly feel we can target Leeds. Teams who have good attacking players, they can be really, really good against Leeds, because they have conceded 2.67 goals against the top 6 sides this season. That's something to look at, guys. I mean, we can target Leeds as well. We all kept targeting West Brom, we all kept targeting Fulham, but against the big teams, Leeds could be a target. Remember this. I mean, from Leeds, nothing much to kind of talk about. Bamford missed a couple of good chances, and Harrison had a couple of good ones, but other than that, not much to talk about in this game. Spurs had a comfortable win. Reguilon didn't start, and Matt Doherty got sent off in the end, but that's not important. Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United. Sheffield United could be another team that we can target, guys, because they are absolutely atrocious. Schlupp scored the goal in the 4th minute, and then Eze scored a wonderful, wonderful goal. And, the only thing was Zaha didn't do anything in this game. I mean, points-wise or FPL-wise, otherwise he was decent, of course. Sheffield offered next to nothing. So, if I own any Sheffield United players, I'd be tempted to sell them because it just looks that, they look like so far away from the team that was challenging for the top 4 last season. And, can you believe they're like between West Brom and Sheffield United, guys? They have 1 win between them, and it's atrocious, totally atrocious. And Crystal Palace, I mean, Eze is a good FPL asset. I mean, 5.2 million, starts every game. But I wouldn't go there just yet. Brighton versus Wolves was an interesting one. Dan Burn had maybe the worst game of I've seen him have. He conceded a penalty, he's scored an own goal. I mean, what didn't he do that defender shouldn't? But Neil Mope scored a penalty. Dunk scored a header and equalizer, pretty good. Neves again scored a penalty, and Roman Saiz again, guys, getting a goal, and then NATO got an assist for the own goal of Dan Burn. From an FPL point of view, if you want a cheap kind of midfielder, Pedro Neto could be the one, and from Brighton, just not feeling that we should get anyone from this team. West Brom versus Arsenal, full of snow, cold conditions, but Arsenal, guys, they looked really, really good in this game. 4.4 million, Emil Smith-Rowe, he got 2 assists. Saka got a goal and an assist. I think he just got a goal, apologies. So Saka got a goal, Emil Smith-Rowe got 2 assists. Holding, guys, I mean, he got an assist, but it was actually a brilliant solo goal from Kieran Tierney. Looked a real deal, guys. 18 points, I mean, clean sheet, all 3 bonus, a goal and an assist. I mean, the perfect game from a defender with regards to FPL. Kieran Tierney, he's a bit expensive, 4.4 million for Holding and 5.3 for Tierney, but they do have the fixtures, friends, in the next 2 game weeks. So if you want to target an Arsenal player, look at Bukayo Saka, Kieran Tierney, Rob Holding. Newcastle versus Leicester. Unfortunately I wasn't able to watch this game, so I'm not going to be able to tell you about how the game went. But I was reading the updates. Vardy did get an assist, and then Justin did lose his clean sheet and got a yellow card in the space of 30 seconds. He was on 3 bonus points, and then he went down and got 1 point. He's the most owned defender in the game, so probably not a bad thing if you're not a non-owner. The Chelsea game, the score hasn't been updated. Let me refresh. There you go. So Chelsea did score in the end. So apologies if you thought that City defenders had got a clean sheet, but yeah. So Chelsea did score a goal in the end, but Chelsea were absolutely atrocious. If I owned Timo Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, or anybody else except maybe Chilwell, I would be tempted to sell them, guys. Chelsea were absolutely atrocious in this game. Offered next to nothing. Gundogan, guys, could be the one we are overlooking from City. He's scoring goals and, he's looking very attacking. De Bruyne did score a goal. Don't get me wrong, he had a fantastic game, but the goal he scored was a lucky one. It was rebound from the post with a Sterling counter-attack, where Sterling probably should have scored and De Bruyne shouldn't. But he did get a chance, and at the start from a Cancelo pass, and he put it wide. So De Bruyne looks good, but FPL wise, I'm not really sure, whether he's worth 11.8 million or not. That's up to you to decide. Other than that, 4.4 million keeper, temporarily starting, maybe a good pick for the free hit if Addison is going to be out with COVID. That could be one to watch out for. And Hudson-Odoi, looking good in the past 2-3 weeks for Chelsea. Other than that, nobody else I would be considering from this team. With Manchester City, guys, the value, honestly, I feel it lies in their defense. Today they did concede a goal, but honestly, with the fixtures they have from Gameweek 18, I would double up on their defense if I could. That's how good they're looking. and one game left, and a lot of us own Salah, so nothing to be gained or lost there unless you captain Salah. Alright guys, so I hope that was a good enough summary for you, and I come back and read your comments now. Alright, so Necroguild says, what is average? I think it's around 50 points, my friend, not sure. Todd says, hey Viz, congratulations, you are back ahead of me. I'm planning to get KDB for Salah for Gameweek 19. That will leave me 11 playing, and I can save my free hit. I lucked out when they added Man U. That's a great idea, Todd. I mean, I wish, guys, I honestly wish I could have saved my free hit. But unfortunately, you can look at my team. I don't see any way I can save my free hit. Let me show you my team. So if, I was to kind of not free hit, I only have Kane, Son, Fernandes, Lowton and Wood. That's 5 players that I have for the next game week, and even if I take a couple of hits, that still makes it 7. And just not sure that that's gonna be enough, and I think it's a big disadvantage for me that I'm having to use my free hit. But sometimes when you plan, you don't leave an option for yourself. Well, good luck with that, Todd. And I honestly feel saving your free hit's gonna help you, bro. Danford says, stinker week, double city defense, benched Sochek. Dan, I mean, that's so unlucky for you, my friend. On the one hand, you can think that you have a good team in which players are scoring points, and you were unlucky with the double city clean sheet. On the other hand, it does feel bad. I understand. Steven says, but on the bright side, their fixtures are amazing and many are having problems getting them and reshuffling their teams. I agree with you, Steven. I honestly, if I could, I would get John Stones and either one of Diaz or Cancelo. I think City got real value in their defense this season. FPL Sam says Pep should play KDB up front more often. Well, he did play him up top against West Brom when we all captained KDB. We all know how that went, right? I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, what's up with West Brom, guys? Every time we captain a player against them, they turn into prime, Tony Pulis kind of teams, Sam Allardyce kind of teams, like Liverpool. Salah couldn't score a goal against them. City, Kevin De Bruyne couldn't score a goal against them, and then Leeds put 5 against them, and Arsenal put 4. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, Liverpool could score just 1, and City could score just 1, and then Leeds score 5, and Arsenal score 4. And it's crazy, kind of. But I guess that's FPL this season in a nutshell. Vimal says, I've been Sochek and played in Martinelli. Luckily, he didn't come on. Sochek will come in. Good for you, Vimal, my friend. Sometimes we win, some we lose, and I'm happy for you. Saleh says, bro, will you give a free hit team in this video? Well, Saleh, to be honest with you, I can try to make a free hit team, but it's not gonna be anywhere close to my final team because I just haven't given complete thought. Because I wanted to watch how Newcastle played against Leicester today and I wanted to watch how City played today too before I actually made up my mind about my free hit. So tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'm going to release a detailed video about my free hit. But yeah, we can give it a try, Still, I can talk to you about my thoughts. Steven says average total points 48. Yeah, that should be about right. Steven Starfield says 1k total points 57. True. Wimmel says, what about your cup match? Yeah, I'll show you my cup match, and I think I'm likely gonna lose that. Unfortunately. Here you go, guys. You can have a look at my cup game. He's got 84 points, guys. I don't know, this guy. I just didn't focus too much on my cup, but my opponent has got 84 points, guys, and well, his race is run. He's he doesn't have anybody else to come in. So right now I'm on 70 points, and I'm looking at Salah and Robertson to get me 15 points to kind of beat this guy. So it's touch and go, my friends. His overall rank is like 2.5 million. But he's done well this game week. I mean, he had Vardy, he had De Bruyne, he had Kane, Son, Grealish, and Cresswell, even NATO. Sometimes this is crazy, game week for this guy. So congratulations to whoever he is, and I hope he does well, guys. Honestly, he does have a great. He has had a great game week, by the way. So guys, in my cup game, what I need is I need 15 points from Salah and Robertson. Right. Dakla says, who do you think is essential for free hit 18? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it in a bit, Dakla. I'm gonna make a team in front, right now. Fadzali says, horrible week. I wanted to give Patrick Van Aanholt last time because he played against Sheffield, but he don't start immediately, take him out for Stones. Well, sometimes, I never expected Mitchell to kind of start 2 games in a row. I thought there was a problem with Patrick Van Aanholt, but seems like, Mitchell is, won his place ahead of him. Nehal says, absolutely gutted with the Manchester City and Leicester clean sheet wipeouts. Well, Nehal, it was unfortunate in it. I mean, Justin was on 3 bonus, and he's gonna get 9 points, and City was clearly primed on for a clean sheet. Never expected Chelsea to score after that performance. But right at the end, out of nowhere, Havertz crossed and put it in. But these things happen in FPL, my friend. The Airbus driver says, what's the plan for double game week? Well, my friend, the plan is currently to just field a team of 11 double game week players and not wanting to bench boost right now. I'm not feeling it. I feel this COVID uncertainty and, players falling like flies doesn't make for a good bench boost in my opinion. Karthik says, I have 6 players for the next game week. Should I play free hit? Well, Karthik, that's for you to decide in my opinion, but, I've got 5, right? You can see my team on the screen. I've got 5 players for the next game week, I'm probably gonna free hit, but I'm gonna sit and think about it a little bit more. Maybe I can go into the game week with like 7 players, taking 1 hit, selling Salah for KDB and make it work. But let's see what happens. To be honest with you, it's up to you to decide, my friend. If you want to attack game week 18, it could be a decent chance. The reason why I haven't activated my free hit yet is because I'm just not sure with this COVID thing going around, with City players now, 6 of them kind of testing positive, and Fulham match, couple of Fulham games getting called off. I'm just not sure. I don't want to burn my free hit. That's the reason I haven't activated it yet. Nehal says, McCarthy out means I have 10 players, but Salah cap. Don't know whether to be happy or sad. Nehal, I really hope it should be a happy time. Also in this game week, I had 5 players. Let me show you my points. I had 10 players this game week. Unfortunately, Lowton and Wood had a game against Burnley. They didn't play. Balbuena didn't play, and then Agisa had his game called off. So 3 of my players had their games called off, and Balbuena suddenly seems to have lost his starting place in the team. Other than that, McCarthy goes out, but luckily I've got Johnston to cover for him. So sometimes these things happen. Now Danford says, I'm just frustrated, don't know why I'm even watching the stream. Well, Dan, sometimes when we come, we talk to other FPL managers. Sometimes we see their happy moments, and sometimes we see their bad moments as well, and it helps us with our own game weeks. In the end, it's all for fun, isn't it? I hope, bro. I really hope. Excuse me. FPL Sam says, my cup opponent has Mane captain. These cup opponents out of nowhere. My opponent, when I saw his team, I was like, fair enough, but I honestly think I'm gonna do well. The cancellation of these Wood and Lowton games, it didn't help. But 84 points in a cup match. Honestly, I don't care too much about the FPL Cup. I know I'm not gonna win it anyway. I'm gonna get knocked out next week or maybe in game week 20. So it doesn't really make much of a difference to me. But it still, is fun while it lasts. Steven says, you may just beat your cup opponent. I reckon 3-0 Liverpool. My first opponent scored high, but unless Trent Alexander-Arnold gets him a brace, I should be okay. Well, good for you, my friend. For me, not looking too bright, is it? If Salah and Robertson can score 15 points, then it will be fine. Dan says, last week I moved into the top 500k, this week I'm back to 1 million. Though I'm still having hope on Salah, Cap, Mane and Robo. Well, Dan, you have a good team, my friend. If you have Salah, Mane and Robertson to play, bro, you shouldn't be worried. I'm honestly, I know why you're feeling this way. It's because all the others had Son captain, and maybe somebody had Kane, KDB captain, and you're watching all these mammoth scores flying around, and you're thinking like, what the hell is going on? But sometimes these things happen when your captain plays late in the game week. But just assess your team at the end, bro. I'm honestly sure you're gonna be fine. Fadli says Barnes, El Ghazi, or suggest another 7 million below midfielders that have a double game week. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I have to see below 7 million who has a double game week, right? I mean, El Ghazi's on penalties for Aston Villa, but I'm not sure if Manchester City away is the best fixture to be getting in El Ghazi. Well, Pedro Neto could be one, but he doesn't have a double game week, right? So not him. Honestly, I feel Harvey Barnes could be a really good one, Fadzali. I honestly feel that he's in good form as well, and if you want, you can go for. But Madison is a little bit above 7 million, but Harvey Barnes could be a good shout. Honestly, I feel that Harvey Barnes could be your man. FPL Jug says, my opponent is at 32 points while I'm at 62. I wish I had such an opponent, Jug. Lucky you. The Airbus driver says, I ditched Son and Kane. Don't feel like I'm in a rush to get them back with the upcoming fixtures. Prioritizing City players for the double game week. Well, you're right about that, my friend. Actually, I'm gonna ditch Son or Kane for the double game week as well. So you were right to do that. I mean, I got in Son and Kane especially for the 2 games against Fulham and Leeds. And, by the performance against Leeds, the logic was right. They did well against Leeds, and I'd expected them to do well against Fulham as well. Unfortunately, my wildcard team has been a shambles because, I got in Chris Wood thinking that I want to target the Fulham game and the Sheffield game. And the Fulham game against Tottenham got cancelled, and now the game against Burnley got cancelled. So 2 of the prime fixtures, on my wildcard team, they got cancelled. So not looking as rosy as it should, But not complaining again, just want to say. Wimmel says, my opponent has 66 points and I'm 52 with Salah to play and Soucek to come in. You should be fine, Wimmel. I honestly feel you should be fine this game week in the cup. Fadzli says, I was thinking of Bowen, but I don't know anymore. It seems inconsistent. Well, if you want to go with Bowen, you can, because in the double game week, West Ham have the best fixtures. But if you have Soucek, I don't think Bowen is kind of a priority. You can definitely look at Harvey Barnes as well. With Chelsea not playing too well, I don't expect Leicester not to score against them. Alright, Karthik says, how do you plan to get in City players for Game Week 19? Well, Karthik, the only way is to for Son and Kane to go. That is the only way. Other than that, I don't see any way to get City players. And that was the plan, That was the plan, to lose Kane and Son and get maybe Vardy and, De Bruyne. Or something like that. Gonna work it out, my friend. Pretty sure it's gonna work. I have to take a hit. That is for certain. I have to take a hit to bring in City players, but I will do it. I have to do it. Desmond says, hi Wiz, in you we trust. Thank you so much, Desmond. Wimmel says, what about Doherty? Well, he's out. Is out for the next game week. In the double game week, he doesn't have a double game week, so he does? No, not sure. Honestly. No, he doesn't. Sheffield, but he has a good fixture. But I don't think Jose is gonna play him. After that red card, I think Aurier is the one who's playing anyway. I'm not even sure why and how Doherty got a start. Right, Fadzli says, I hope Stones starts next match. Pep Rule. I think Stones is pretty much nailed on. Don't want to say with much certainty, but I feel he is. Peter says, oh man, that last minute goal. So many people owned Cancelo, Diaz, Stones. It was unfortunate, Peter. Chelsea didn't look like scoring all game. I'm not even sure if they had a shot on target, and then out of nowhere they go and score. It was possible that Callum Hudson-Odoi owned, didn't own any City defenders in FPL. He was so hungry to score that goal. George Lyle says, I have 7 Game Week 18 players right now with 2 Intercity defenders. Should I move Salah to KDB and save free hit to bench boost in 19? With 15 double Game Week players. Well, George, it doesn't look like a bad plan in my opinion, you know. You'll have, if you have all the big hitters, you'll have for Bruno Fernandes, you'll have KDB, maybe Son, Kane. If you do have these kinds of players, I don't think it's it's a bad idea to kind of save your free hit, you know. Bench boost in 19 is a different thing, but saving your free hit, it could be helpful later in the season, especially with this COVID going around. It could be helpful. NotFet says, I just transferred Diaz in for Game Week 19 and now I'm about to free hit. For Game Week 18, Diaz will be in my team for Game Week 19, right? Hope this makes sense. Well, NotFet, no, he's not going to be in your team for Game Week 19. When you free hit, any transfer that you make in the same game week using your free transfers is going to get cancelled out. So when you see your Game Week 19 team again, Diaz is not going to be in it. Saf says, are you going to change your keeper? Well, Saf, no, my friend. I already have Johnston. I don't want to waste my transfer on a goalkeeper. So Johnston is going to come in and I'm going to free hit in Game Week 18. Hopefully I'm going to do it and I should be fine. I think COVID is not going to take more than 10 days and I think by the time of the double game week, McCarthy should be fine. Let's see what Hassan Hootel says tomorrow. Wimmel says, what about Schmeichel? Why couldn't have clean sheets, no saves? I don't understand the question, my friend. Fadzali says, I need 2 more striker who have double game week, good fixture on Game Week 19. The budget will be 7.5 million. Thanks, Smith. To be honest with you, my friend, below 7.5 million, I wouldn't be looking beyond Bamford. I honestly feel Bamford is your man. Leeds have amazing fixtures. If you want, you can even double up using Rodrigo. You know, I honestly feel that it could be a decent option as well. I would also look at Antonio because he did come on and he looked pretty good. So, yeah, those are your players. So guys, please do like the stream. We've got 28 people watching and 11 likes. So I hope you're enjoying the stream, and if you are, please do consider liking. Wimmel says, Leicester keeper saves are low, easy games, yet no clean sheets, costing 5.3. The problem is, Leicester are, Leicester are not conceding too many shots, not conceding too many big chances. But the problem is they are conceding goals, you know, they're slowly trickling goals, and that is the problem. Other than that, I mean, it's having Schmeichel is the worst because he doesn't get any save points, and then you concede a goal and immediately, he's down to 2 points. So it's better to either own a keeper like, maybe somebody like Martinez, because either he's going to keep a clean sheet, or if he's not going to keep a clean sheet, he's going to give you save points. I mean, honestly, I feel that Martinez should be a better prospect than Schmeichel. Fuzzy says, that's my first thought. Rodrigo and Ole. Yeah, that's the right idea, my friend. I think that is what you should be going for. Leeds and West Ham are the best fixtures in the double game week. This might be bad for you, Wiz. Usually you'll have 100 viewers, but today is 26th. It's great because now you can chill and focus on my question. I think it's because it's been a long game week, and I mean, to be honest with you, I enjoy having more viewers, and it helps channel grow. But as long as you guys are here, I have as much fun anyway, guys. I just enjoy talking about FPL. That's all I do. FPL some says might be the right time to go for Foden again. Well, some you're right, but I just don't want to go there again. I honestly feel that right now, if you want to go for City, I think 2 defenders and 1 out of KDB or Sterling, that would be the way to go, and that I feel is the right way. So guys, by the way, if you would like to kind of join the channel and support the channel a bit more and become a member, I've posted a link in the chat. Click on that and you can become a member of the Football Wizards, and you'll have some exclusive emojis, and you'll have a badge right next to your name. So if you would like to support the channel, I hope you consider becoming a member. Alright guys, so I think it's time we move on and we talk about a little bit about the free hit. Whether I play it or not, regardless, I think let's just make a team, for the benefit of those who are actually looking to play their free hit. It would be a good idea to kind of just play around, fiddle around, and see if we can make a good team. Right? So I'd like your suggestions on that, and let's start. So these are the 3 players that I possibly... Wood does have a fixture next week, but I don't think he's he's essential or anything, or don't even want to keep him. He does have a fixture, right? Burnley? Yeah, they have a match against Manchester United, but so possibly don't want Wood here. So yeah. Alright. So basically guys, on free hit, right, I always suggest we go a little bit maverick in the sense that, don't make the safe team. Don't go for the players that anybody or everybody would own anyway. You need to get a couple of differentials on free hit to make it successful. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. On my free hit, the keeper that I would be looking to get, guys, again, I'm telling you once and for all, this is not final, and by no means I'm gonna have the same team, but let's try to build one. So I'm looking at Darlow, because he plays against Sheffield United, and by their game against Crystal Palace, they just didn't seem to they didn't even have a shot on goal, maybe 1 or 2, but Darlow seems to be the best option. And then the other one, we can just go for any 4 million keeper, because I don't want to invest in a keeper. Anybody, I'll just pick anyone. So Darlow would be my go-to keeper. He's expensive in it, but none of the other keepers that I want are below 5 million anyway. So with in midfield, I would like to go with Bukayo Saka. I feel that he could be good, and I want to go with Emil Smith-Rowe as well. The reason is he's a 4.4 million player who's starting the games, and he's not going to be in the team, but he's going to be an enabler, right? So yeah, just trying to build a team, and we can make the changes later. Right now I'm just picking the players that I really want. So who else do we want from let me see. So Aston Villa plays Spurs. I mean, Aston Villa versus Spurs is not really a great fixture, is it? I mean, maybe we shouldn't go for both Kane and Son versus Aston Villa, right? Let's see, guys. Let's see. I'm not... Again, let me pick De Bruyne first. There you go. And I want to pick Martial, obviously, because they have a good fixture against Burnley. So I would like to, in this game week, I would possibly like to play maybe a 4-3-3, 3-4-3 formation. I'd like to pick Wilson. Again, guys, this is right out of my, just instinct, and I haven't thought about it at all. So apologies if you don't like this team or anything like that. So yeah. So basically, which one more striker do we want? So we've got Wilson, we've got Martial. Everton has a game against Wolves, so Dominic Calvert-Lewin could be Arsenal. Lacazette, just not feeling too confident, and he's expensive as well. And I don't. I think I would like to have Kieran Tierney or Rob Holding, depending upon which one I can afford. Because the game against Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace have some tricky... Too many players from Arsenal? Oh, that's not a good thing, innit? Yeah, just pick any, whatever. Tierney, Smith-Rowe, so De Bruyne, Son, Fernandes, Martial. Which one? I would like to go with obviously 2 City defenders, maybe. Guys, I'm not reading your comments, by the way, at the moment, so apologies if you're writing something. I'm just trying to build a team for you. Peter says, I'm not sure what was that. Interference in the mic. Alright, so Peter says Wilson holding on the bench. Lacazette, that's true. Smith Rowe, Diaz, Stone, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, that's true. Mitchell for third bench, that's right. So I like all those options and I'm gonna add them in right now. How much budget do I have? Well, every one of us has a different budget, of course, but so we need 3 playing defenders, right? We're not gonna invest too much more than that. Alright, so how much do we have? We've got 15 million and just put a cheap enabler, maybe Kilman or anyone who just plays the cheapest. So I've got 11.1 million left and you know, I've got Cancelo, Stones, Tierney, Martial, Wilson, 11.1 million. So basically I can just get Kane here in it. Yeah, that seems to be fine. So if I play 3-4-3, I'd possibly get Darlow, Tierney, Stones, Cancelo, Fernandes, Son, De Bruyne, and Saka. Martial was, well, that would be something, guys. Apologies. Yeah, let me have a drink of water, please. Peter says, don't cheap out on the bench as likelihood of COVID is high. You're right, Peter. You're possibly right there, and I honestly feel that Smith Rowe is gonna start and Mitchell is gonna start, so you know, maybe we can replace Kilman with somebody, but you know, just that's the general idea, my friend. And you know, Steven says, I just got Wan-Bissaka in for Bednarek, 9 players, but this will likely increase post-cup games. I like the idea of having 9 players and saving your free hit, Steven, honestly. You know, 9 are Martinez, Stones, Dyer, Wan-Bissaka, Saka, Son, KDB, Fernandes, Wilson. So honestly feel that, you know, that's you can go in Gameweek 19 with that team, and if that means saving your free hit, absolutely agree with that. Douglas says maybe Son to Rashford since Aston Villa looked great recently. Yeah, we can do that. You know, you can obviously, guys, come on, you can just, you know, chop and change the way you like it. But, you know, this is the general idea that I would like to go for. It doesn't look bad, guys, does it? Looks like a pretty strong team. Yeah, I can replace Son with Rashford, and, you know, that something I can think about. I can get Rashford, I can get Son. You know, if I get Rashford, I can possibly update Kelman to somebody, and you know, maybe to Lowton, because Lowton is definitely gonna start, and maybe I can, you know, I can change it, chop and change it a little bit, but the general idea is still the same, guys. I hope you like the team. How do you like the team? Let me know. Todd says, excellent comment, Peter. Well, I agree with Peter as well. I honestly feel that you can have a cheap bench, Todd, but I'd say it should be a playing bench. That's all I say, because the big hitters are the one that we need to be focusing on in free hit, and that's what I am. Excuse me. Peter says, an expensive bench only makes sense on a free hit. Well, it could, Peter, I agree with you, you know, but I honestly just want a playing bench, just in case, you know, one of the games get called off. And I just want a playing bench so that I have cover, as long as I've got Kane, Son, Fernandes, Martial, and, you know, I think we should be fine in that. But again, you know, guys, I'm gonna update it a little bit. Vimal says, Sias, possibly, I'm not feeling the match against Wolves versus Everton. I don't know which way that's going to go. Both teams are so unreliable at the moment. Nishchil says, hey Wiz, is it better to play free hit right now or wait for a few days? Nishchil, the thing is, if you play your free hit right now, it could give you an advantage so that you can buy some players whose price is increasing, and that is definitely an advantage, right? But the disadvantage is, what happens if a couple of games get called off? For example, if the City versus Brighton game gets called off, would you be still willing to play your free hit? You know, that is the reason I'm waiting currently, guys, and I don't think it's unreasonable to think that some games can be called off. So yeah. Peter says record amounts of players have been dropped due to COVID this week. I agree. I honestly feel that we need to have playing bench. It's the same with me, guys. I mean, I suffered as well. If you look at my team this game week, I'm going into the game week with 10 players. I mean, Wood, Lowton, Anguissa, their game got called off and Balbuena didn't play, and then McCarthy has COVID. So these things have to be taken into consideration. That is the reason I feel so envious of those people who were able to save their free hit. I wish I could too, honestly. Fudley says, I know I shouldn't expect a lot from 4.5 million Brewster, but he's not even starting and they can't score goals. I mean, Brewster could be a good prospect, but he's a kid, right? He's 18 years old or 19, whatever he is. Is not his fault. I feel that Sheffield are just disjointed, my friend. Wimmel says Sias is playing as a strike partner. He missed 2-3 chances. Yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. Peter says even a playing goalie should be in a free hit during lockdown. Yeah, I know what you mean, but then I'll have to kind of chop and change a little bit. The thing is, if I take out Kieran Tierney for somebody like Rob Holding, everything else is gonna fall into place. The thing is, I need the money. That's all. And don't see maybe. No, but Cancelo and Diaz are almost the same price. But yeah, you get the gist, guys. This is kind of what my team would look like, and yeah, gonna add, chop and change a little bit and see where. I mean, I would like to get Grealish into this team. Honestly, against Spurs, I would, but would I want to lose Son or Rashford for Grealish? Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, Steven says, yeah, I agree. I've had McCarthy and Martinez rotating keepers and a playing bench since first wildcard. Yeah, true. Well, I will never have rotating keepers for a long time in my team. For me, it's just an additional decision to make every week. But if it works for you, bro, that's pretty good. Fudzley says, I hope Ederson out until the double game week so I can get the City keeper. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I was pointing that out and when I was doing my review and I forgot. So yeah, what we can do is we can put, what is his name? Zach something. Where are you? 4.4 million keeper, having 1 point. Oh, 6. Stefan. That's his name. Stefan Zach. Oh, but too many City players is gonna be a problem. Maybe I can take out one of the City defenders. Maybe I can put this keeper in here and, add a defender. United defenders are costly. Whose defender would I take if I was to go this route? Well, I'm gonna work it out, guys, but you get the gist, right? You do get the gist of how I'm thinking about my team, and that's all I wanted right now. Other than that, you can, just kind of extrapolate and make your own teams. Lewis Martin says, "What's up, Wiz?" So, hey, Lewis, seeing you on a stream after a long time, bro. You're the only member we have on here, and would like to have you more. Thank you so much for joining. Lewis Martin says, I would consider Yedlin if he plays. Also, I think double Spurs might be too much. Aston Villa is a hard fixture. Lewis, I agree with you. I honestly feel that Yedlin can be considered against Sheffield United. And also I feel that Aston Villa is a tough fixture. The only problem that I have here is that I honestly feel that even Burnley is a tough fixture right now. With Ben Mee back, their defense is solid again. They're not conceding too many goals and they're back to winning games again. That is the only thing that kind of irks me about having 3 United players in my free hit. But I do understand what you mean, and I might chop and change a bit. Kind of, I can get Yedlin for 4.3 million, and if I want, I can actually get rid of Darlow, here, and as Peter was saying, I can get, for example, let's say I can get Yedlin for 4.3, so that's 0.7 saved straight away, and then I can get, what was his name again? Zach? No. My word, guys, sometimes I feel that I just don't have a good memory. There you go, Stefan. So you see, if I go this route, I can have double city defense, then I can have Yedlin, then I save 1.4 million, and then I can have a second playing keeper, and I can upgrade in some other place as well. So that doesn't seem like a bad idea as well. What do you think, guys? Lewis says I'm targeting Brighton. Yeah, well, Brighton is the team to target in my opinion. Not looking good defensively at all. Khaleesi says hi Wiz. Hey Khaleesi, welcome. Fadzali says which team have the highest chance to get clean sheets on a double game week? I already got Martinez, not taking him out. Need to playing keeper for the bench boost. Can't get Melier, already triple up on Leeds. Fabianski is too much. Well, to be honest, Leeds and West Ham United are the ones that are kind of have the best fixtures in the double game week. Other than that, not so much, my friend. You know. So yeah, for the blank game week, which other keeper would I have just in case Ederson comes back? Who has the highest possibility of a clean sheet? I already have 3 Arsenal. I can't go there. Maybe I can put Darlow in there as well, right? I can just take here and put Darlow in here because I have the money. I still have 0.4 in the bank and I can possibly upgrade Kelman or somebody. You should see, guys, moving around a little bit, you can have a decent team. We have I mean, this team is a team set up to attack game week 18. It's not a team, it's not a shield team, it's a sword, right? Lewis says the only reason I might not go to Sterling and KDB is if Mahrez or Foden play. Well, Lewis, at least we're sure that KDB and Sterling are gonna start, right? With Mahrez and Foden, you can never be sure. No, I'm also going for Fernandes and Rashford. Well, I like the idea, bro. I would love to see your whole team. If you have a team in mind, let me know. Would love to see your team, Lewis. Right, guys, so that's about my free hit team. I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, we've got 34 people watching now, 33 right now. Like the stream, guys. It helps to, get the stream to more people. It increases the reach. So I would really appreciate if you just, like the stream. That helps. And if you haven't subscribed, do hit subscribe, guys. Peter says, to be honest, using a free hit is a huge advantage. Anyone not using a free hit will struggle to get 6+ players. Also, COVID may strike on any amount that they can play. I agree, Peter, and I definitely I have that in mind, and but that can happen not only in this game week, it can happen in any game week of the season, and that's the reason I feel that somehow saving your free hit could help, right? Like, the problem is on my wildcard, I had a plan of playing the bench boost in game week 19. That is the reason I kinda targeted having 15 playing players. Otherwise, I could have made a team which could have got through game week 18 and game week 19 without me having to use any chip. Maybe a triple captain, right? And that would have been better. But I never expected this COVID situation to escalate. When I was playing my wildcard in game week 16, there was nothing to be heard about COVID or anything like that, but sometimes these things happen and you have to adapt. And I can't complain because in the past 2 game weeks, all I've got is green arrows, so I'm not the one to complain. I have a couple of drafts. My IGN in your Discord is Meshian. Alright, Lewis, I'm gonna have a look. I didn't know that, by the way. So I'm happy you joined the Discord. By the way, guys, if you want to join our Discord server, and I can assure you there's plenty of nice people in there, including the wise old wizard Peter Cruz. So you can join our Discord, the link is in the description. Pudzley says, I'm so far behind you. I'm on 850. Was worst at first, where I'm at like 4 million, now I'm at 2 million, slowly climbing up. Don't worry about it, my friend. Just keep climbing the ranks, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be, at the end. Just keep your target at maybe, make small targets. First 1 million, then 500k, and then top 100k. Just get there, bro. Peter says, I actually think using free hit is the best strategy. It means picking the best long-term players without giving the preference to blank. Peter, I agree with that, but the problem is game week 29 is also gonna be a blank game week, and to navigate that without a wildcard is gonna be a hell of a ride. A hell of a ride. So, yeah, Peter says, thanks for the shout out, Wiz. Well, you deserve it, my friend. You know, it's amazing interacting with all of you on Discord as well. Rohit says, Mahrez ne bahut dhoka diya hai bhai. He means that Mahrez has conned me so many times, and I'm not gonna go there again. If I was you, bro, I would never go near Mahrez. Just, you know, it's always a pain to play with the fire that is Mahrez. Steven says, keeping an eye on Sterling. I have the option at the double to bring him in rather than another defender. If he plays well versus Brighton, he could be a powerful differential. Aguero could be ready too. Well, that was right. That's right, Steven. And, you know, unfortunately, we couldn't find it out today. I was so much hoping that Aguero starts the game and, you know, we could have a differential on our free hit right there. But since he didn't start the game, I will possibly not pick him on my free hit, because that's too much money to kind of waste on a player who's going to come on for 10 minutes. I don't think it's worth it. I wish it was, though. Honestly, wish it was. So, yeah. Well, the free hit, I mean, right now, this is the plan, right? But I wish there was a way to kind of navigate for me this game week without a free hit. I right now have 5 players. Lowton, Wood, Kane, Son and Fernandez. 5 is not good enough. If I had 6 players, right, then I would possibly take a hit, make them 8, and 8 players is good enough. I mean, I'm going into this game week with 10 players anyway. In game week 17 I've got 10, right? So if game week 18 I can manage to get 8 players, I would have been more than happy. But 7 with a hit is too less in my opinion, and I think the upside of a free hit for my team is there. So you need to decide about your own teams, guys, and you know, that's all I want to say about that. Fudzily says, Sterling is shit, he's so close to messed up on the second goal. He could easily score but decided to go around the keeper. Honestly, I mean, he absolutely gifted KDB that goal. You know, from an FPL point of view, that wasn't the best thing. I mean, Sterling was owned by a very few people. If he would have scored a goal, I wouldn't have minded. But KDB, why did Sterling smack the post? And you know, it fell such on a plate for KDB. It was crazy. Peter says, are you tempted to bring in City players? Of course, Peter, I'm very tempted to bring in City players. I'll tell you why as well. Let me go back to the page where we can see my transfers. If you look at their fixtures post game week 19, they are fantastic. Brighton, Palace, Villa, all at home. Remember, guys. West Brom, Sheffield, Burnley. I mean, these fixtures are absolutely plum, and I would love to own 2, if not 3 City players on, you know, for these fixtures. Unfortunately, right now I don't have any. You know, the top targets right now, Peter, maybe, you know, John Stones or Diaz. I want to get one of their defenders, you know, because I want cover. You can see how many people are on the chat today here on Twitter, which are kind of angry because City lost their clean sheets. That, you know, if you see their ownership of their defenders, I just like to show you here. Cancelo is 9.1. That's not too much, but let's look at Diaz. Hang on. Let me go for Diaz. How much is he owned? 8%. That's not too much either. John Stones. Well, Twitter is a small bubble, I gotta give you that. But yeah, I honestly feel that this is even better. You know, the reason why I say that is that they've got plum fixtures, and since their defenders are not highly owned, we should go for their defenders. If possible, I would like to double up on them, guys. Fuzzily says, you seem to have Balbuena. Should I take him out? He's not starting. Well, Fuzzily, I know what you mean, bro, but we should keep him for... let's see what happens, right? Let's see what David Moyes says, because I'm not going to bench boost in game week 19. Right now, I'm inclining towards maybe triple captain or not using any chip in game week 19. So if Balbuena doesn't play, it doesn't trouble me too much, and I'm gonna be fine with that. I don't want to waste a transfer on Balbuena right now. So yeah. Sim says, I'm new to this time. How many times have 2 games next? Sim, I don't understand your question. I think you mean I'm new to this game. How many teams have 2 games next game week? Well, there are 10 teams who have a double game week in game week 19. If that's what you mean. Peter says I might actually get Diaz. He seems like the better option, and I'd play him most weeks. I also have Cancelo. Well, if you can afford those two, I'd say they're good. Otherwise, I think if you can't afford one of them, then John Stones could be a nice alternative. Yeah, that's fine. So Peter says I've got to go. Bye guys, and good luck for tomorrow. Thank you so much, Peter. I had a nice time, bro. Take care. Lewis says, what do you think will happen in the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace game? There are points in that game, I just don't know where. It's very hard to predict that game, Lewis. The reason is, Arsenal have picked up their form a little bit, and Palace were in a deep rut themselves. But their performance against Sheffield United doesn't say anything about Palace, because Sheffield United are in a very bad place right now. In my opinion, Arsenal should win that game, right? But I don't expect clean sheets for either of the teams. I feel it would be 2-1 to Arsenal or something like that. I don't see Arsenal blowing Crystal Palace away or anything like that. So, but I feel Arsenal can win, right? Sayed says, I have 7. Diaz, Lowton, Bruno, KDB. You've got Bruno twice. Anyways, Grealish and Kane. I think you missed one, but I understand. So you got 7. Does it make sense to use free hit? Can't take out Salah, Cresswell, Dallas. Well, if you can get 8 players without taking a hit, I think you should save your free hit, in my opinion. Hamza says, thoughts on Raz KDB double up for free hit 18? Well, if you want to go that way, I mean, you can. But in my opinion, Manchester United have good players in midfield. So do, Son, Grealish. I honestly feel that City defense is a good option, if you want to target that. But if you want to go with Sterling and, De Bruyne, yeah, that's also a possibility, bro. John Wick says, hey Wiz, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, John, and wish you a Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas too. I hope you had a great one. Soman says, is Chilwell worth keeping for the double game week? Thinking of a City defender. To be honest, Soman, I think Chilwell isn't a bad shout, because one of the games that they play is against Fulham in the double game week, and I feel that Chilwell is, in his own right, I think Chilwell is doing well. Unfortunately, just not working out for Chelsea at the moment. But if Giroud kind of starts one of the games, I think Chilwell does have a chance to, score good points. But that's the only player from Chelsea I would suggest right now, if you have to have one. Fadzali says, can Bruno win the Golden Boot? He's not far behind. Honestly, I don't think so. I think he's gonna be there and thereabouts, but I honestly feel that he's not gonna win the Golden Boot, especially with the form Harry Kane is in. Jamie Vardy getting penalties. I feel that Bruno's gonna be up there. He's gonna be an FPL legend, and he's an FPL elite already. But Golden Boot, I don't think so this season. Hamza says, who's the standout captain in game week 18? Yeah, that's an interesting question. I feel it could be Bruno Fernandes, because when doesn't he score a goal, right? He always mostly does return, so he could be the safe captaincy option. Who else could be good? KDB against Brighton, not a bad shout. Unfortunately, the problem with KDB is he's just got 3 goals this season, and out of that, 2 have been penalties and 1 has been from open play. So the only way you can, it seems you can get points off KDB is with assists. That is the only thing that kind of troubles me. Other than that, I think KDB can be a decent option. So is Bruno Fernandes. If you want to go with Kane, he could be, but I don't want to captain Kane against Aston Villa. That's the problem. Lewis Martin says, my current draft is Leno, Cancelo, Diaz, Yedlin, Holding, KDB, Fernandes, Rashford, Son, Kane, Wilson. I like that. I do like that, Lewis. That looks really, really strong. You're playing a 4-4-2 and it looks really strong, my friend. Captain KDB because Brighton is just too bad and KDB is always involved. Yep, that's a good shout. As I just said, Fernandes, KDB, both good. Fadzli says next year Bruno will be 11.5. We need more than 100 million. We always say that, don't we? Every season we say that we need more than 100 million, but come next season we're gonna find a way to make a great team within the allotted budget. We're gonna do it. We always do it, don't we? Lewis says KDB has been unlucky. He has had the stats. Well, that's true. Today he had a great pass from Cancelo. KDB could have scored that goal. He was one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he put it past the post. And sometimes things don't fall for you. That is the thing, Maybe after scoring a goal from open play, he has turned a corner. Who knows? John says Kane or Aguero for free hit. Jose versus Villa will park the bus will be a 1-1. Well, Aguero you don't know is going to start or not. I would rather go for a player who's more nailed on and is on penalties, John. That would be my logic. Hamza says, thoughts on DCL for free hit 18. Wolves didn't look great defensively. Yes, you can go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin if you want, but the thing is, he hasn't done too well since the turn of the, I think Richarlison or James got injured, he's got one goal. Like since game week 10, he's got one goal since game week 10. So 6-5-5-4-1-2, and there are some easy teams in there as well. Sheffield United, he got 1 point. West Ham United at home, not an easy team, but we expect him to score. Leicester conceding goals as well a little bit. Burnley, 1 goal. Leeds, we expect Leeds to get better against the big teams. Everton have been doing well. They're among the top 6 this season, and he couldn't score there. So touch and go with Calvert-Lewin for me. If I was you, I wouldn't be possibly putting him in. That's just me. Soman says, will you try to fit in KDB in your double game week team? Soman, I would like to. I'm not sure if I could. That is the thing, That is, I would like to. Honestly, I would like to get one City player. If not KDB, then maybe a defender. Let's see. I'm not thinking too much ahead. Right now, I'm just taking it step by step. Too many days to go for the double game week. Who knows what's going to happen? It's gonna called off and COVID, so many things. What formation would you prefer? Hamza, I would like a 4-4-2 possibly, or a 3-4-3. But you can see my team right now. It's set up for 3-4-3. So yeah, this is pretty close. Steven says, with 2 home games in the double and their form of late, it'll most likely be a City captaincy against Brighton in the double. City don't have a double against Brighton. City have Brighton in game week 18, and in game week 19 City have got Crystal Palace and they've got Aston Villa. They're 2 defensive teams. They are not the most open teams, so if you want to go with City, it's up to you, my friend. Rhythm says 91 points with Salah to go, 492 to 200k. Great start to 2021. Well, that's good for you, Rhythm. Congratulations, my friend, and I hope you keep doing well. Keep at it, bro, and you'll make your target. I hope you're looking to get close to top 10k, because that's practically the target of everybody who's when at the start of the season. Ishtiaq says Rashford or Martial. I think Ishtiaq, they're both good options, right? It depends upon how you're setting up your team. If you're going for the 3-4-3, I prefer Martial. If you're going for a 3-5-2, I'd say Rashford. Depends on the formation, right? Hamza says, are you free hitting in game week 18? Possibly, my friend. I only have 5 blank game week players if I don't free hit. You can see my team. If I don't free hit, I just have 5 players, which I feel is too less. Hamza says I will bench boost 19, need to get a 4.5 million defender with good fixtures, was going for Balbuena, not now. Is Dawson an option now? Yeah, well, Dawson is definitely an option, although Issa Diop is coming back, but yes, Dawson is starting the game, so he could be an option, right? Angelo Ogbonna could be one, but he's not 4.5. James Upson says, is this your final free hit team? No, James, it is not, my friend. Unfortunately, people on here on chat were telling me to, kind of make a free hit team just for the fun's sake, and just for, to see what is the general gist in which I'm gonna make my team. So this is not my final team. I'm gonna take out a video next week, and in the next couple of days, in which I'm gonna talk about my free hit a bit more, and I'm gonna show you what is going through my head about the free hit. So don't worry, guys, I've got you covered. If you're using your free hit in game week 18, you don't need to worry about that. I got you covered, guys. I'll make a couple of videos, might even do a stream, because it's a long week, and there's FA Cup fixtures in between, and I got you covered, guys. All you need to do is like, subscribe, and if you want, just like our friend Lewis Martins, you can become a member of the channel as well. And that would help us sustain the channel, guys. Just putting it out there if anybody is interested. Fudzali says, who do you think will win the Carabao Cup semi-final, United or City? I mean, that's Fudzali, that's very difficult to predict right now. Honestly, I would like to say Manchester United. I feel that United are coming back into form, and with a player like Bruno Fernandes, playing the way he is playing, I feel United has a chance. FPL Penguin is in the chat, guys, so I welcome you, my friend, and he has an FPL channel himself, and do pay him a visit when you can, guys. He says, I hope Brentford win the League Cup. They were so unlucky not to get promoted. I mean, can you imagine, guys? Fulham and West Brom got promoted over Brentford. I was gutted for them, absolutely gutted. John Wick says Aguero or Kane for free hit. If I was you, my friend, I'd go for Kane. The problem with Aguero is, I know he's a differential, I know he's a great option. He lacks match sharpness, he's not match fit, and we don't even know if he's gonna start in the blank game week. When you're on a free hit, you don't want to take a risk on such players. At least get nailed on players, right? Steven says, anybody keeping single game week players for the double game week, but also using the bench boost? Well, I think there are gonna be many people who use this strategy. It is not the best idea to make a team just for game week 19, having 15 bench boost players, and after that you're gonna suffer. So in my opinion, it is better to have some single game week players who have good fixtures after game week 19 as well. I think that's the way to go. You're welcome, FPL Penguin. Fudzali says, FPL Penguin, of course, as Liverpool fans, you'll want to see United lose. Well, that's how rivalry in football goes. But yeah, Brentford, guys, did deserve to get promoted, right? Now they sold out their best players. They sold Benrahma to West Ham. They sold Ollie Watkins. Gonna be difficult for them. Nick says, would you go into the double game week with Son or upgrade him to Salah for a head? I already have Salah, bro. This is not my team. This is the team that I made for free hit. If you want to see my team, this is my team. I already have Salah. And I have Son as well. So I might upgrade him to KDB, depending upon, how I feel about the prospects after after game week 18, then I'm gonna decide which players I want. But one thing I'm sure, I am not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna bench boost in game week 19. Nick says, would you go into the double game week with Son? I already told that. I think he's asking for his team. Oh, you mean your team? Oh, apologies. Yeah, I just misunderstood the question, Nick. He says, "Would you?" Well, the problem is, I would love to say that you upgrade him to Salah, but he plays Sheffield United. Son plays against Sheffield United in game week 19, and that makes it hell a lot more difficult than it should be, because Sheffield United are atrocious right now, and if they can concede 2 goals to Crystal Palace, why can't Spurs score 3 goals against them? And that would be difficult a decision to make. Let's see how Spurs do against Aston Villa in game week 18, and then we can decide, Nick. No, I can't say right now, because in game week 19 Salah has one tough fixture against Manchester United and one decent fixture against Burnley, right? So I would love to say, or love to think, that Salah would do better. And we also need to see how Salah does against Southampton tomorrow. If Salah blanks again tomorrow, that would be 3 blanks in a row. Let me show you. He blanked against West Bromwich Albion. He blanked against Newcastle. I captained him for these 2 fixtures, by the way. Egyptian King. Yeah, right. When in doubt, Captain Salah, they said. Alright. Yeah, so let's see how he does against Southampton. Nick says, cheers, thank you, I value your input. You're welcome, Nick. I always love to talk about FPL. And John says, is Foden nailed on now after his impressive performance? I don't think so, John. Honestly, I feel Foden is in the team because Ferran Torres is out due to COVID or something. I just don't feel that, he's nailed on in the City team. So I'm tempted to say you should get him in for the double game week, but if you're bench boosting, you want to get in players who are nailed on. Honestly, if he goes on and scores points, that's great, but I honestly feel that we should get players who are more nailed on. In my opinion, Foden isn't nailed on. He had a great performance in Champions League, What did Pep do? He kept dropping him in the Premier League. Let's see their FA Cup team midweek, let's see their team in the blank game week, and then we should make a decision about that. So, Nick says, we've changed the saying, right? He says, when in doubt, Captain Bruno. Oh well, not so soon, bro, but I hear you. I know Bruno is one of the most consistent players in the league. I mean, the amount of times he's got double-digit scores this season is insane, guys. Absolutely insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My word, 50% of the game weeks out of 17, he's got double digits. And then he's got a couple of 6s, to go with that, and, 3 6s. That's insane consistency, guys. So when in doubt, Captain Bruno. I guess, yeah. John says, thanks for the input, you're welcome. Fadzali says, I'm scared about Antonio. He might start one game and won't start the next, or even don't start both and substitute on 80. Well, this is a risk that you have to take, my friend. If you want to attack the game week, and if you want somebody like Antonio, he can give you a great return as well. Even if he starts one game and plays 10 minutes in the other, he's still worth it, in my opinion. But let's see. Let's see what David Moyes says about him, and then we can decide about that, innit? Alright, guys, I think we had, I think we discussed everything there was to discuss about Game Week 17, and we did look ahead to Game Week 18, a little bit about Game Week 19 as well. For me, I would like to stay here and talk to you guys, but it's a long break. It's a 10-day I mean, the next game week is far away, and you know you've got the FA Cup to come. So I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna keep you busy, and there's gonna be more content from me over this extended period. I'm gonna take out a free hit video and a couple of other videos as well. So I think we should, with this, we all come to an end of this version of Aftermath stream, and I just wanna thank you all for being here for such a long time, and you know, after a long day and a long day of football, you know, you came here and we had so much fun on the stream. I really thank you all for supporting this channel and, you know, giving so much love. I hope you had a great new year, and I hope you had a great game week. For those who have Salah captain tomorrow, or you've got like Liverpool defenders in Salah, I hope you have a great game week. I will be back with you very soon with another video or another stream. Until then, you take care of yourselves. FPL Wizard signing out with a beautiful song for you. Take care, everyone.